Hey there, folks. Adam going live with Brennan and Alana. And the rest of the team, of course. We are just taking a look at some of these storms that are moving over Lake Huron at the moment. We're going live on, trying to go live on YouTube right now and seeing how that goes, just as a test run. A lot of people in the comments are saying, bummed you aren't on Facebook. Is the live stream no longer on Facebook? The reason we're trying YouTube is we think it's probably easier for people if they had us up on the TV and then they still have their phones to be able to do everything else. So, I mean, that's just one part of it.
Yeah, and it's also easier from a moderation standpoint where we have all the
Yeah,
comments in one. So when you're commenting, you can see everyone's comment. So we're not
that's
like
right.
having like five different feeds of comments. So
For sure.
it's
Yeah.
in my idea, it will help us create a better community aspect because it brings everyone together.
Yeah,
So we'll
easier to
see how it
moderate,
works.
right? Everybody in the same place. YouTube streams are also usually higher quality than Facebook,
hmm
we've found.
Yeah,
Often
we're
Facebook is
also going
only...
to explore looking at increasing our resolution
Yeah, we can
in the
actually increase
future.
our bitrate potentially if we go directly to YouTube. Steph says, watching from YouTube now, much easier than Facebook. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I mean, I don't know anybody who's not on YouTube. So it's not like, we're sending you some strange far off land.
hmm
We are live on Twitch though, because Twitch is kind of its own little community of folks
Speaking
that,
of far off lands, right?
speaking of far off lands, we are live on Twitch. Yeah, we did Twitch. We just did Twitch and YouTube. But we're thinking that it kind of makes sense to, yeah, Harley says the whole TV thing is a great point, so people can still have access to their phones. Yeah. Let me jump into radar here really quick. There's a few storms that I sent out this polygon here in blue. You can see severe thunderstorm potential, and I did mention in there that an isolated tornado is not entirely out of the question, although it's a bit questionable. So far, we've just seen strong winds. There seems to be what looks like a few areas of rotation, quote unquote, but it ends up probably being just noise. If you do have a Pro Radar Suite or Instant Weather Pro like we're using here, when you see something like this, you're like, oh, that doesn't look good. And then, but if you jump into Tilt 2 and there's nothing there, then it's not supported upper level. So chances are it's probably nothing. It's a really good test to say, is that rotation? Let's go take a look at Tilt 2. Is there nothing on Tilt 2? Okay, well then it's probably not so bad. So this storm looks relatively horrifying. This Pike Bay storm. The good thing is that the environment up there isn't as strong as it is down towards kind of Kincardine areas. So Kincardine has a little bit of a stronger environment, but the storms to the north, like that Pike Bay one, have looked pretty impressive on radar. I mean, if you look at radar, this is pretty high up, but that's 107 kilometers an hour, 109, but that's pretty far up off the surface. So chances are you could see some pretty darn strong winds that are moving through that area. I would maybe consider this minor rotation. It's hard to say for sure. Again, I sent that notification. If you look at it here, actually from the Brit radar, I mean, the Brit radar is showing even higher winds, 125 kilometers an hour. Again, those are upper level. Those are higher up because it's not right near the radar station. But yeah, pretty darn strong winds that are moving into the Bruce Peninsula. If they can become surface-based, then we're looking at definitely some severe potential. Wow, machine learning has upped it to a 6% chance of a tornado on this particular storm. 6% is not huge, but it's not tiny. On this particular storm right here, the Kincardine to Port Elgin cell, it looks like basically this area right here. They're talking about there is maybe a 6% chance of this storm producing a tornado in the next short little while. It would be very isolated. It would probably be very brief. It's going to be mainly a wind risk with this one. Maybe some small hail, but we're not seeing anything too significant in that regard. Wow. I hate to brag, but our app updates Canadian data so much faster than other apps. I've been trying out some other apps as well today, and I've been trying out in some other Pro. And we got this frame a while ago, and it just updated on another Pro Radar app that I'm not going to mention. But yeah, so that's good. That's nice. We like to be called instant weather for a reason. There's a few things with U.S. radar that we're going to be fixed. Actually, you know what happened? It's my mistake. I told our dev team to use level 2 data, and level 2 is the highest resolution, so it's probably the best data. And I just assumed, probably, what happens when you assume, but I assumed that would make sense. And it turns out that it doesn't have the in-between frames when the radar scanned faster. So that's why it seems like there's missing frames. No, it's because we're using level 2 data, and that actually has gaps in the radar data. So, and this is not for Canadian data. This is just for US data. But yeah, so that's going to be much better. We're going to switch to level 3, and then we will have access. It's still full resolution on level 3, but it has these in-between frames. So anyways, so if you are on Instant Weather Pro and you're wondering where those missing frames have gone, that's where they went. It was just my mistake. So we're going to switch to level 3 very, very shortly, and then we'll be good to go with all those in-between frames from the US data. I wondered where those were going. So me complaining to our dev team, where are these missing frames? And then I just went and figured it out and went, oh, it was my own mistake. Yeah, that Pike base storm is still pretty interesting, though. You can see it. I mean, it really pops out right here on radar, because it's just jumping out with some really high values here. Again, 107, 109 kilometers an hour. That's not too far from the radar station. Well, I guess it's actually closer to Brit. It's closer to the Brit radar, and the Brit radar has even higher values on this, 125 kilometers an hour. So there could, it's possible, if this becomes surface-based, we could see some damaging wind gusts roll through the Bruce Peninsula here. Maybe there's some minor rotation there. It's hard to tell. It's pretty noisy data at the moment. And then down here, the storm may have a little bit of isolated tornado potential, but probably more so looks like a wind risk on the Port Elgin, Inverhuron, Kincardine cell. So it's already over land. So if you're in the area, let us know what you're experiencing. Sue says, what's in store for Kincardine and timing? Timing is now, directly right now. And what's in store? Strong winds. And you maybe you didn't even get strong winds if it's elevated. It's hard to say. So Sue, can you let us know what you're experiencing there? Obviously, we don't want you running outside, but did you get any strong wind gusts as the front came in? Let us know, please, please. Quake Ninja for life. Hey guys, stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hope the rain doesn't ruin our barbecue. Hope so. Hope so as well. Diane says, what's in store for Windsor? So we might actually see, actually, I'll pull up the forecast map here because we might actually see some strong storms later on this evening into the overnight hours in the Windsor, Leamington, Essex County areas. So that should be interesting. Right now, it just seems to be some rain. I don't even think there's any lightning down there at the moment, just some rain. Just these little kind of rainstorms. Maybe there could be some gusty winds, but it doesn't really look that strong. But the stuff coming in later has a chance to be a little bit stronger. Hail is actually the potential risk. Flooding on local streets, says Andrew. Where's the flooding happening? Is that in the kind of the Kincardine area? Let us know where, please. Oh, he did above. My bad. He said Port Elgin, heavy rain and some local flooding. Okay. Thank you very much. What's the wind like there? Is it windy or is it relatively subdued? Please let us know. Your reports are so important for this kind of stuff. We expected today to be a pretty short live stream. We just think there's a little window for a risk. So we're gonna go live or not? And we're like, it's just gonna be a pretty brief live stream. We're gonna watch this storm roll up off of Huron, and as soon as it keeps moving to the east, the environment gets weaker and weaker and weaker. And so at that point in time, we'll probably kill the stream. But where did I went away. I have to move myself over. Hold on, sorry. Thank you, Brennan. Brennan's bringing up a report. There we go. There's the shelf cloud from Point Clark. Pretty gnarly looking shelf cloud. All right, let me shimmy my head over here. I'll go for a flight. There we go. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm in the tornado. Anyways, that joke always gets old. Okay, so I'm gonna try to stick my head back down here. There we go. Okay. Connor says Scud. Yeah, it looks like there is quite a bit of Scud underneath it for sure. Scud is. Dale says LOL. Quake Ninja for life with some smiley faces. Scud. I mean, Scud's present on pretty much every storm, whether it's strong or not. So the question is the Scud going to turn into anything? If the Scud gets sucked into updraft, then it can become something. Diane, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I couldn't help myself. I did that before when we were talking behind the scenes, so I couldn't help. Oh, it's down to a 4% chance of a tornado risk, so that actually went down on the on that Port Elgin storm. So what were the winds like? I'm trying to see. Did anybody mention what this? Heavy winds, says Brandon. Okay, strong winds, starting to rain, dark skies. Okay, so we are hearing of some strong winds. A Hill says, why can't I see the stream? It just says starting soon. If that's the case, just refresh the stream. If you are watching us on YouTube and you are using you just like click the link, so just open it up in a browser, you might want to actually download the YouTube app, because it's a much better experience if you actually have the YouTube app. The YouTube app's cool because for me, like when I'm watching a YouTube video, if I go and decide to watch something else on my iPhone, I don't know if this works in Android, but maybe. But if I go decide to watch something else, then the YouTube video becomes like a little pop-up window at the top of my phone. And then so I'm working at the bottom of my phone, and then I need to see something at the top of my phone, so I swipe the video to the bottom of the phone, and then I go work at the top of the phone. And I go back and forth doing that. So let me know if you're watching this on the YouTube app, or are you watching it just like in Safari or in Google Chrome? Or are you just watching it in the browser? Steve says, great app. I love it. Thanks so much. I'm assuming he's talking about the YouTube app and not ours, but. Oh, that's a good point. By the way, Kyle's super awesome. Kyle, you got to send us a message. Like, we need you on our team because you're amazing. Kyle says you have to have the premium for that. And that's right. That is actually, yeah. So I have the premium YouTube, and that's the only way you can get the pop-out window. You're right. Definitely right. Yeah, you have to have the premium for that. And it gets rid of ads, which is nice. I watched so many YouTube videos that I had to go that way. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Had to deal with it. Now, we do have ads that pop up on our live stream, which are frustratingly annoying, but it seems to be, if you're monetized and you do live streams, YouTube kind of just enforces that. I think Brennan, he said he dialed it back. Brennan tried to dial it back as much as possible.
Yeah, it's significantly a lot lower now.
Okay, what, every half an hour or something you said, roughly?
I changed it from just like the normal amount to conservative, so it's like a lot less ads. Okay. So we'll see how that works.
Okay, that's good. Let's try to get it as low as we can.
And that was the idea, because if we bring everyone over to YouTube, we can cut back on the ads for everyone.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
Because Facebook is horrible with monetization.
Yeah, in that regard, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so storms, continuing to watch. Let's go see it in 3D, shall we? Ah, not nice. There's our storms from Virtual Weather. We have, I've put myself in a weird spot again. Uh-oh, it's going to happen again. I know it. Whoa. We've actually, what was I going to say? I had something intelligible. No, it's long gone. Never mind. Anyways, this is Virtual. Oh, we rebranded. We used to call this the 3D Weatherverse, and now it's called Virtual Weather. It's being able to see the storms in 3D. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? There they are. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyways, we're going to be launching that pretty soon. I say that every stream, but it's actually happening, so it's exciting. Yes, very exciting. Okay. Jenny says Twitch girl for life. So I think we're going to probably continue with Twitch. I think we'll continue with Twitch. I think we'll probably just do YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah,
it makes it
Twitch
easier
is
for
fun,
our moderation.
it's
Twitch is like its own cool community
altogether.
That's right. Yeah, I think we'll do both. Catherine says, so cool seeing Virtual Weather. Thank you so much, Catherine. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Is Exeter in for something? You might see some storms. We'll see. Oh, Ms. Esri says Twitch will allow you to do a pop-out. Do you have to be a premium subscriber for that as well? Because I don't think I've ever seen a Twitch pop-out in my life. But I don't think I'm a premium user there. It's gone back up to 7% now of a tornado risk on that storm. It just keeps going back and forth. Let's go back to Instant Weather Pro and keep seeing. We should be getting an update pretty soon. It's 5:24. Last update we had was 5:18. So I think we should be getting one pretty darn soon. I still have a feeling this Pike Bay storm is probably creating some pretty strong winds. Let's go back to Brit Radar, which is the closest radar to it. And yeah, I mean, 133 kilometers an hour on one side, minus 50 on the other. Is this? I really hope that's not rotation. It could be a little downburst potentially. Look at the winds on this thing, 130, and it's that close to radar. The only reason that I'm not as excited about it as I probably normally would be is there's no supercell up there. There's no inhibition though. So those winds could be hitting the surface. But there's no supercell up there. So from a tornado perspective, I'm not that excited about the. I mean, it's only saying it's 2% for wind risk, so I think maybe AI thinks it's elevated. Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. Anywho, so there's that. Oh, I have a Twitch pop-outs, and it's not a premium Android user. Really? That's odd. For Twitch, it's the picture-in-picture thing. Yeah, picture-in-picture thing. That's weird. I don't think I've ever had that. Oh, interesting. Look at this report we can see here from Shaughnessy Smith. I'm hoping that's Scud. Is there any videos with that, or is it just a bunch of photos? It looks like Scud. It would be nice to see a video of that to see if it was moving at all, but it looks like it's probably just floating.
Yeah,
Those are
just
some pretty
photos from
Okay.
what I can tell.
I mean, Brit radar is the closest to the storm here, and it says 130 kilometer an hour wind gusts on it. I mean, I've seen worse environments produce some big time damage with those kind of values. Showing up from multiple radars like that. There's a bunch of noise. I think the reason it's going higher in percentage on this this storm that moved southeast of Saugeen Shores is because there's quite a bit of noise. I'll go show you here 1 second. I've got my little polygon, so if there is any damage there, it's inside the polygon. Everybody there got notified by me. No severe thunderstorm watch in place. No special weather statement. No warnings. No watches. No statements. No advisories. I think maybe Environment Canada is thinking that these are going to come in pretty weak, which they're not that strong. But that one up to the north here by Adamsville. Is it trying to tell me something? By Pike Bay. It's just basically heading over the Bruce Peninsula, and then it'll be out over Georgian Bay. Yeah, looking pretty linear, says Tetrophy. Correct. Quite linear today. I mean, linear is something that we always deal with in Ontario, but we still have lots of QLCS tornadoes that spin up off, classic linear storms. So, yeah, it happens. But it wasn't rotating. It says dizzy-eyed. I can tell by the Shaughnessy Smith icon and dizzy-eyed icon. It's the exact same icon with the dog sleds. It wasn't rotating. Okay, so that's just Scud. Okay, that's good. It's good news. 6% risk on that storm still. Again, the one that's heading over Bruce Peninsula only says it's a 2% for a wind risk. So, I don't know. I don't know. Although the old version of it says 37% chance. Eek. That's got to be pretty windy under this storm. If anybody's in the Bruce Peninsula, let us know. Tetrophy, I said, do you end up hearing much about those possible rotations near Hanover last night? I was just on a meeting with Dr. David Sills from the Northern Tornadoes Project. Side note, I got my Northern Tornadoes Project shirt on.
Merch that no one can buy.
Merch that no one can buy. They only give it out to, I think, gave it out to super contributors and then their official partners, because Instant Weather is an official partner of the NTP. Anywho, I was on a meeting with Dr. Sills this morning. That's right, I was up in the morning. And I had a reason to be. I mean, other than,
Shocker.
taking my little guy to school. It's a shocker. I take him to school at like 8 a.m. every morning, but it happens. Anywho, so I was up. I had the meeting with Dave. I talked about it, and he's thinking it. He said they were little mesos, but he's thinking that they're probably elevated, and chances were that chances are that pretty slim that it was going to produce a tornado. I went back and looked at the data. And it was only like 1% tornado risk on him. It was pretty low. Jolly Jumper says on Bruce Peninsula was very windy this afternoon, but not now. It's not windy right now in the Bruce Peninsula. They must be elevated because it depends on where you are. If you're near Hope Bay and there's 134 kilometer an hour wind gusts right here, like those are some pretty strong wind gusts. If those aren't reaching the surface, then that would make sense there. I'm hoping this is noise because this looks like horrifying rotation, but and it's perfectly located, but it's at an odd part of the storm, and again, it is linear. So And again, I think it's like this. I think it's like this noise here, because this is noise. It's just too perfect, these random like squares of data. Yeah, typically it's not done in squares of data. Lynn Park says, hate to distract you. No, that's fine. It's all good. Distract away. Hate to distract you from the area you're looking at now, but is there anything serious headed towards Petrolia? If so, how serious? We're not thinking anything too strong towards Petrolia. We might see some hail later on. Again, the storms that are coming in later on to deep southwestern Ontario, they may have a chance at, there's a little bit of lightning coming in. They may have a chance of some hail, but so far everything's looking pretty soft down there. Nothing too exciting. In general, the overall risk is pretty low. Although I was surprised to see the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma actually had a 2% risk that extended up into kind of the Bruce Peninsula area. So I was a bit surprised about that. Check other tilts. I find that noise isn't always consistent across them. No, for sure. And that's the other thing too. Yeah, definitely check other tilts. When you see the noise, I was mentioning it earlier on the stream as well. Yeah. When you see noise like that, I mean, also too, check previous frames. This noise doesn't just magically... If this was really strong, I mean, it was there for kind of 2 frames, there, and then it like vanishes on the next frame. It's got this little section here, but yeah, if you go up in tilt, so if you go to tilt 2, it's not there at all. Tilt 3, it's kind of there. Never mind, it was kind of there near Mount Hope. Just some convergence, I think, nothing too significant. But yeah, let's jump over to Brit Radar again. And again, this is going to be a pretty short live stream. We wanted to test the idea of just going live on YouTube and not only on YouTube and Twitch. And it's not that we don't want to notify everybody on Facebook that we're going live. It's that YouTube just offers such a better experience for live streaming, from moderation to quality of the live stream. Yeah, and to everybody being in the same stream so that all the comments are in the same stream.
And it
yeah,
gives
those
us
things
better reach because you get picked up in the algorithm more.
That's true. That's a very good point. Yeah, so we're
For
always
an
trying to,
example,
our goal is... Sorry, go ahead.
A few days ago, Ryan Hall was streaming, and his stream went #1 on YouTube. So a lot of people will see that.
No, it shares
So
it to a lot
our
of people.
goal is
That's a good
to
point.
get our stream in front of as many people as possible to keep them safe. And
That's right.
YouTube is like the #1 platform. Like if you look at the numbers, even more than Facebook, YouTube is like ubiquitous in the amount of people who use it. I think it's like something like 90% or something. It's
Pretty much, like, I don't think there's anybody's against YouTube. You know, you hear people be like, "Oh, I'm against Facebook," or "I'm against Twitter." Like, "Oh, I don't use that. No, I got off of that." Right? But I hear anybody ever be like, "Oh, I don't use that YouTube." You know, most people aren't that angry with Google.
Live on Facebook occasionally during bigger events so we can notify people. So when people are on Facebook, they get a notification when we go live. So our idea is you will only get that notification when it really matters. So we can tell people that you need to be tuned into our live stream. Because a lot of our time, we plan to be live streaming more often this summer as compared to previous years. So we don't want to get in a situation where people get desensitized to it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Reserving that notification for when it's really bad out is important.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's really easy. Just search instant weather on YouTube and you'll find our live stream. And if you subscribe on YouTube, then you'll get notified. YouTube's really good with notifying people when we go live, right?
And you can also download our app. And we also send out notifications.
Click made a good point, said you also don't need an account to watch on YouTube. That's a good point. Yeah, you have to have a Facebook account to watch a Facebook Live. Rob says we're #1 in the live list right now. Nice. But yeah, it makes sense. It's, and like Brendan said, like our whole thing has been raise awareness about tornadoes and severe weather. And the way we can do that is by reaching as many people as possible. And if we drive all of our traffic towards our YouTube live stream and it really like pops and blows up, YouTube will start sharing it to everybody who's on YouTube. And then we'll bring in a whole bunch of new viewers.
And we've noticed that with our forecast too. When we directed all of our traffic to forecast, Google starts picking it up and we get our forecast in front of people that necessarily wouldn't have seen it who aren't
never even heard of us
community.
before, right? Exactly.
I would
for
estimate
sure. And we
70 to 80% of our forecast viewership right now aren't people that are existing in our community, which is wild.
Miss Esri says, yeah, and TikTok likes to ban you every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's not that they ban us. It's just that they keep like giving us permission to stream and then taking it away. Or like we'll be in the middle of a stream and then they'll just like turn it off. And we're like, what? And I don't know.
I think it's because they don't really like when you stream to multiple places.
Multi-stream? Yeah, TikTok, but how do they know? They're not checking YouTube to see if we're streaming there. There's no like human checking that. It's just an algorithm.
How you're feeding it into it. They can tell.
We were feeding it from StreamYard.
That's the thing.
I don't think I know
they don't like that. I don't think. I think they want you to stream right through their app.
Yeah, maybe. And I mean, TikTok's about to be banned in the U.S., so unless they sell to a private company in 6 months.
That's not happening.
WeChat as well. Any of those, yeah. So both WeChat and TikTok will be banned in the U.S. unless they sell the U.S. license to a U.S.-owned company. This is passed in law now in the States. So I don't know how that's going to affect Canada, but we'll see. But we usually follow suit. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know how long TikTok's going to be around. But I mean, because of TikTok, now we have Reels and now we have Shorts. And so, I often find myself like flipping videos, like scrolling videos on Facebook. And then my wife is like, oh, is that TikTok? I'm like, no, I just somehow got into the vertical videos on Facebook and I checked the time and it's like an hour and a half later. I went down the rabbit hole. It happens. So anyways, let's see here. So, yeah, I just want to keep taking a look at Exeter. Again, I don't think we're going to go live for too long. Lizzie says Vine was better than TikTok. Yeah, and actually, Twitter owns the rights to Vine. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to integrate some of that code back into the Twitter app at some point in time. So especially if TikTok got banned from the States, yeah, I could definitely see everybody, it won't be long until, I mean, Facebook already has Reels and they have it on Instagram and on Facebook. So I don't think they'd create like a new app like they did with Threads. But anyways, who knows? Who knows? Let's get the popcorn out and let's see how it all unfolds. Yeah, so this storm heading through towards Hanover, still got some gusty winds on it, but it's nothing too significant. So we might have maybe dodged a little bit of a bullet. This is only really a marginal risk, maybe an isolated slight risk for areas that are really close to the shoreline. Again, there is a hail risk later. I'm going to go check models in the background here. There is a hail risk later for deep southwestern Ontario, and but that's probably not coming in until overnight. Yeah, maybe a little bit of hail near Lake Erie, but it's possible it's nothing too significant. And then there could be some hail maybe near the Peterborough areas, but like early in the morning. So hold on, let me figure out what time this is. So 12 is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So maybe around like 2, 3 a.m., you might hear some hail in the Peterborough area, and that might track. And then maybe over towards Ottawa, actually, continuing through the morning hours. Ottawa might see some hail maybe in the morning. So, and that can change, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, we could see a little bit of small hail in parts of eastern Ontario in the morning. So yeah, but so far, how did that go up to 10%? Now it's gone up to 10% tornado risk on that cell? How is it possible? Maybe it's the environment is increasing? I don't understand. Because I'm not really seeing any rotation. Maybe the algorithm is pulling in something here. It's the only concerning part about some of these algorithms is they're dealing with noisy Canadian radar. And so what they're trying to extrapolate from it might not actually be realistic. Let me just take a look at King City on that one. Nothing. Exeter on that one. I'm not seeing anything exciting. I think maybe they're just thinking about this little area. It could be these high values near Riversdale here, 127 and minus 25. It could be this little area right here. So maybe it's thinking there's something there, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Aggressive fish lovers, interesting, says, why are you aggressive? Anyways, what are we expecting for Barrie this evening? Maybe some rain. Could see some lightning, but probably just rain. It's all good. Maria says, there was a post on Facebook saying they were going exclusively live on YouTube. Sadly, unless you go looking for it, Facebook doesn't notify followers in a timely fashion. Yeah, that's not great. Do you have our app, Maria? Because we notified everyone on our app. Everyone that's actually in the risk region, we notified on the app. So if you have our app, you can get it or if you don't have our app, then you can get it at instantweatherapp.com. And then if you enable notifications, when we go live, we'll notify everyone. So maybe not everyone, but everyone that's in the area of risk. It depends on the risk, though. If it's like a widespread risk and it's a strong risk, then we're definitely going to notify, all of Southern Ontario, from Cornwall to Ottawa, all the way up to like Britt, down to Windsor and London and Barrie and Toronto, and Hamilton and Niagara. We'll notify that whole Southern Ontario region, typically, if it's a bigger risk. This was a marginal risk with a little bit of isolated potential right along the Huron shoreline. And so we're like, let's just try this test where we only go live on YouTube, and B, let's maybe just notify the folks that are actually in the risk area. So, but overall, I think this storm it has a little bit of potential, but so far it is kind of boring, which is good. That's good news for the folks in the path of it. You don't want it to be too strong. I mean, the shelf cloud that came off of Huron looked pretty decent, but overall, maybe some gusty winds, torrential rain, maybe a tiny little bit of hail. Nothing too exciting. The stuff coming into deep southwestern Ontario later may have the potential for some hail. And let's see here. All right, 1 second here. Yeah, there might be some hail potential in the southwest a little bit later on. So we're just going to watch this cell for a few more frames. The cells to the north have kind of weakened, and they don't look like they're doing much. If there was a lot more heat up north, then this would be a much different situation. But the temperature gradient is ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, it felt pretty cold this morning in Barrie, but it's like 25 feels like 30 in Windsor or in Leamington, so Chatham-Kent areas. Yeah, it's quite a difference there. Marilyn says, I received the notice in Allen Park. Okay, so you did get the notice that we were live, yeah. I mean, when we go live, we always link YouTube as the first link. But again, there's a lot of reasons for it. I should probably jump into that comment thread. I bet you the comment thread of that post is some people being pretty upset that maybe because we're not live streaming on YouTube anymore. But as Brennan said, we have the ability to like go live on YouTube by clicking a couple buttons. So during a big significant risk, we might if we know for sure there's like a tornado on the ground, we might briefly go live on Facebook just to get the word out about that storm. And then we'll say, everybody else, we're going to shut down the Facebook stream now. We're going to go back to YouTube and Twitch, and then we'll turn those off and just go back to the other stream. So we might briefly go live on Facebook for certain situations. But for the most part, there's a lot of upside from us being able to reach more people that don't know about us, to moderation, to everybody being in the same place, so you can actually see the comments in the thread. So there's several reasons that it's good. Kind of fish I keep and the group I run. Oh, you keep aggressive fish. I thought you were aggressive about the fish, but you're saying the fish you keep are aggressive. Interesting. Amazing Person 3409, our favorite YouTuber, says 25 in London and 8 by the lake in Hamilton. Wow. It's a huge difference. Huge difference in temperature. So anything coming for London, says S. Brown? Not necessarily. Probably maybe some rain. You might see a little bit of lightning, but nothing too significant. There could be some small hail scattered throughout our region overnight, but chances are it's going to be pretty marginal. I'm surprised it's still a 9% tornado risk on this storm. Probably from some of these stronger values here. This is kind of the only area I'm really paying attention to right now, which is near Salem, Riversdale, Greenock, Formosa. And it is heading, let's see, it's heading kind of towards the Hanover. Oh, Hanover. Let's go see the Hanover camera. Hold on a second here. Let me find it. Nav cam. Let me go look up the nav cams here. And see if I can pull up the Hanover one. See if it's got an interesting look at the storm. It's all gray. It's all gray and pretty soft. Not too exciting, but that's good. We don't want exciting. At least I don't. And some people are like, yeah, I want the biggest, baddest storms ever. And I'm like, I'd rather not have people affected by damaging winds and trees coming down and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of on the opposite side of things. Envirmo says, hi, I was hoping for a live stream today. Gotta love April. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Envirmo. I also am Barry Adam. I have many, many large aquariums and run a few large Facebook aquarium pages. Oh, cool. Sweet. That's pretty cool. We have a tiny, tiny little aquarium in my son's room. He's got a tiny little fish. He named the fish Guest 123. It's too much YouTube. Guest 123. That's right. That's the name of his fish. We're like, how about Neptune? And he's like, nah, I like Guest 123. I'm like, all right. Guest 123 it is. Yes. Is there going to be anything for the Sarnia area, says Emily? That's a good question. And I'm thinking probably not so much. Maybe some storms. We'll see. We'll see. And again, this wasn't supposed to be a big, super duper long live stream. We were just going to go live pretty quickly. We've been live for about 48 minutes now. And 47 of them was the live stream will start soon screen. But we at some point we actually went live, which is good. But yeah, this storm is not very exciting, which I'm happy about. Today might be what we call a bust, and I'm always happy about that. I prefer a bust. A bust means we're expecting maybe to see some severe weather, and maybe we got some storms, but nothing really hit too hard, which would be a good thing. It sounds like these storms are probably pretty elevated in Bruce Peninsula. If when the strongest winds, when the 130-kilometer-an-hour winds on radar are going over Bruce Peninsula, and somebody commented, it's not very windy in the Bruce Peninsula right now. So chances are those storms were elevated or further off the surface, not actually interacting with the surface, which is what we want. We prefer that. J4 Mud says the states got hit pretty hard a couple of days ago. Yeah, wow. Nebraska, holy moly. And Iowa, yeah, there was some ridiculously strong storms. Future radar for London, Jay. You might see some storms. It might miss you. It's hard to say. Probably gonna miss you, but we'll see. Robert says, hey, glad that you have gone live, Adam. Thanks so much, Robert. We plan to do just a quick one. Sectoral leader Cody from our team says May is often the month where the really crazy weather picks up. Yeah, it gets pretty bananas in May and June. June is actually that's when we start to really see some strong risk because we have all the heat. So we often get the storms. It's do we have the heat? Do we have the moisture? Do we have all that CAPE buildup? CAPE being convective available potential energy. And when we have all of that in place and we've got the big storms coming through, that's when everything clicks. But in cases like this where we don't have that much heat, most of the heat is limited to kind of like the Windsor corridor, Essex County, a little bit further north, but not too much. And in that case, we're talking about a limited risk, and that's what we're tracking right now. Just basically limited risk. Let's see here. Let me just jump to tilt 2. Nothing too exciting. Should probably watch this sell for a little bit until the percentages go down. It's still at it has gone down a bit. So now down to 3% tornado risk on that storm. 16% wind risk. The storm to the south is actually 4% tornado risk. What storm to the south? What storm is that? Is it talking about... Hold on a second here. What have I done? Brennan, help me. I've ruined everything. Brennan. Never mind, I got it. Yeah, so download our free app, by the way, to get notified when we go live. But I just want to take that back. It's talking about one of these storms. It thinks it's probably picking up on some of this noise. I think so. Because not that's why humans are still required. Humans are still required to look over the data to be like, But we will be including that data very soon, actually. Very soon on the Instant Weather Pro app, by the way. Side note, if you haven't downloaded or haven't subscribed to Instant Weather Pro, you can do so at instantweatherpro.com. And again, it's like $99 for the year. It's like $833 a month or something in that regard. And you get to track all these storms in real time. You get to see our polygons live on the map for our severe thunderstorm potential, or if we see rotation. We've got all the U.S. polygons now as well too. We've got a whole bunch of awesome stuff coming, but we will be adding that machine learning algorithm that has a little polygon around each storm, and it tells you percentage, like what's the wind risk on it, what is the hail risk on it, and what is the tornado risk on it. So I think that's pretty useful stuff, and that will be coming pretty soon. So Our BBQ survived. Hooray! We need dark mode on the Instant Weather app. Oh yeah, on the actual Instant Weather app. Yes, dark mode is also coming. Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot coming. The list is long, but it will be done in due time. We're working hard on it. So yeah, I don't know. The storm is not that exciting, and I'm happy about that because, because that was the anticipation. We thought it might be strong coming into the shoreline as we saw that shelf cloud look pretty strong, and then as it continues to move east, it should be weakening, which is good. That's a good thing. So we'll watch a couple more frames, and then I think we'll shut down the stream at this point in time. But I should probably go to Facebook and do some damage control. I'm pretty sure. I haven't even looked at it yet, but I'm sure there's some people upset in the comment thread where it says we're going live exclusively on YouTube. Mariposa says, please do dark mode, not just for the pro version. No, we will do dark mode for the free version as well. Absolutely. Absolutely will. Yeah. This is like, the pro version is only dark mode. There's nothing else to it. It's just only like a dark background. But we will be doing a dark background map on the free version, and we'll also be doing like a dark mode for like nighttime viewing. So there's no bright white when you go to open the forecast details, or when you go to like the hourly thing, it's like super white. Yeah, we will definitely be doing dark mode. Yeah, I use dark mode for everything, so I don't know why I haven't added to the app yet. We gotta prioritize that. I think it's gonna make a lot of people happy. All the people that were upset that were nobody upset on Facebook. Oh, interesting. Maybe they're keeping it to themselves. Maybe I should post a video and explain. I should probably do that. I should probably be like, hey, everyone. Or you know what? We could clip this live stream and put the video of this on and say, this is why we're going live on YouTube. Like when Brendan and I were talking about it. So we could do that. That could be interesting. Or maybe I'll do a new clip and be like, hey, there's a few reasons we're going live on YouTube and Twitch. But mainly why we're kind of sending everybody to YouTube is the quality is better. The comments are all there. So instead of you seen like right when we go live on Facebook, we go live on Instant Weather Ontario, we go live on Ontario Stormwatch, and we go live on Instant Weather Canada. So the comments are split between these three pages, and then so we're like answering comments that you can't even see on the stream. And it's, for some people, that's probably kind of annoying / confusing. Hold on a second. Robert says there is a supercomputer with AI real world simulation to predict storms. It is just in beta test mode. Interesting. Robert, do you want to send me more information on that? I love looking into all the different kind of AI developments, especially on the storm fronts. So, yeah, if you want to send that to me, just shoot it over to, you want to send it to my email. It's, our team's email, which is help@instantweather.ca. If you could send that over, Robert, that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to take a look at it. Yeah, if you are on Facebook, we do have a reporting group, which is fantastic. It's called Ontario Storm Reports. It is on Facebook. It's 250 or 270,000 people now. It is bananas on there, but in a good way. And our moderators are fantastic. Patricia and Lindsay, Liam, and Teresa. I'm trying to remember all the names. And Miranda, and everybody who helps with it. And Alana helps with that as well, too. And so does Brendan and myself. We all, it's a pretty big effort to moderate that page, but definitely a lot of it is done by Patricia and Lindsay, so we appreciate their help. But anyways, yeah, so try to keep it nice and clean in there. We're always deleting adult content and all this other stuff, all the spam garbage that gets posted to it. If you notice you don't see that, it's because we filter everything. So we figure that's probably the only good way to run a group that is that big and getting bigger by the day.
Buy the eye bleach in bulk.
Yeah, we buy eye bleach in bulk because if we have to, for all the horrifying adult content that gets posted to the page, we have to review it all. And then, like Brennan said, we bleach our eyeballs, which we're just kidding. Please don't bleach your eyeballs. Manisa sent a super chat and said, dark mode, take my money. I can just see the, what is it? The Futurama gif. Where he's like, got the huge wad of cash. He's like, take my money. Yes, we will do dark mode. Thank you for I'll put your $5 towards the dark mode. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Smith says it'd be a good idea to set up a Discord for those who are on Facebook. By the way, on that topic, we are working on a Discord. We have a Discord for the team, but Cole and Kyle have really gone to, and Liam have gone to town, and Lindsay as well, have gone to town like, we need a Discord. And so they're working on it. They've added channels, they've added rules, we've added a bot, we've done all these things to try to like get this going. So we're not that long from launching the public facing Discord. It is coming along. It is coming along. Of course, the last like 6-7 comments have all been from Twitch. Like, yay! Twitch is so happy about Discord. Of course. But yeah, I'm on Discord like every day, all the time. So yeah, I think it's a great platform, and yeah, it'd be really cool to have that in there for sure. Heather says, just caught you. The weather's been really nice today in Oxford County. I guess things will be changing. Depends. And again, you might see some storms, but so far they've been pretty boring in a good way. They're not that exciting right now. And that's a good thing. This is probably noise up here near Elmwood, I'm hoping. Let's take a look at Tilt 2, and it's gone. So yeah, probably some low-level noise. And let's check the Brit radar. Yeah, the storm continues to get more and more boring, which is good. Which is good. I'm sure we'll have lots of storms that aren't boring later this season, but right now, it's nice when they're coming in a little bit more relaxed, so that's good. Sectoral Leader says, woo, 1.1 thousand followers on Twitch. Really? We have 1.1k followers on Twitch? That's amazing. Belleville and Kingston rail fanners says, rail fanners? Says, I would love, fans of rails. I get it. Okay. I would love a Discord server to keep up with updates. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. We could automate it too. So we could post all of, current alerts and stuff like that on there. We could post our forecasts on there. We could automate a lot of that stuff. It'd be really great. So, yeah, Margaret says, lovely. After rain smell, birds are now singing again in Goderich. All right, if the birds are singing, I think we're pretty good for the live stream. We've gone live for an hour in the next 25 seconds. And yeah, we'll continue to watch this storm that is south of Owen Sound, kind of over Owen Sound, but basically this little Hanover area. We'll continue to keep an eye on it. Nicole says no Facebook today. Actually, no, we're actually trying to kind of nudge everyone over to YouTube for a few different reasons. One, all the comments are in one place, so it's easier to moderate, and it's also easier to understand from a viewer perspective, because you can see all the comments. Number two is Facebook quality is usually better. And number three, what was the other thing too? If all of our views come from YouTube, then the YouTube algorithm will really pick up on the stream and say, hey, this is a popular live stream, and it'll push it out to a lot of people that might not even know instant weather exists. So the idea of, again, harkening back to every decision we make comes back to this question. Are we raising awareness? Is it going to help us raise awareness about tornadoes and severe weather? If the answer is yes, then we move forward. That's like kind of our North Star. If the answer is no, then we're like, maybe next time. We'll think about it. So that's kind of, we try to always ask, does this go with our goal of raising awareness about tornadoes and severe weather? And to raise awareness, you need to get more eyes on the content. So the more people we can reach, the better. So we already have a huge, wonderful community on Facebook. Our YouTube channel is like 15,000 subscribers or so. But the more popular the YouTube channel gets, the more it'll be shown to everybody. And as Brennan mentioned earlier, about 95% of the population uses YouTube. Not everybody uses Facebook. Not everybody uses Twitch. Not everybody uses Twitter. Everybody has their reasons for that. But pretty much everybody's okay, YouTube. Pretty much everybody uses YouTube. So I think it makes sense. Someone asked about Eastern Ontario storms. Where is that? Game with ADHD. Is Eastern Ontario for storms? You might actually see there might be a little bit of hail in the morning, kind of from Peterborough over to Ottawa. So you might see some morning hail, but overall the severe risk is relatively low. Mariposa says we need to get you Ryan Hall subs on here. Yeah, I mean, we think Ryan does a great job, and he's got a wonderful community, and he's kind of a good example of if you focus your live stream in one place, how large that community can grow. So, we're kind of maybe taking a nod from him. Some people might be like, oh, instant weather is like the Ryan Hall of Canada, but actually, we've been live streaming severe weather like this since 2015, and I believe Ryan started in 2018. So really, Ryan is the instant weather of the U.S. But anyways. It's all good. Chris says, can you get Instant Weather Pro on the MacBook? Yeah, Chris, Instant Weather Pro is a website. This is a website. I'm using Google Chrome right now. This is in Google Chrome. So it's the first Pro radar app with this much functionality in a web browser, which is amazing because if you have multiple monitors or even on one monitor, you can actually run 2 Chrome tabs and say, I want to watch 2 radars at once. I want to watch King and I want to watch Exeter at the same time. Or I want to watch, Detroit and Exeter at the same time. Or multiple, even more radars than that. That's the thing is with every other Pro radar app, it's like an executable file. It's an application. So you can only launch it once. And so you're stuck with one radar. Whereas with Instant Weather Pro, because it's a website, you can just load up as many tabs as you want, which is awesome. So that part is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. So anyways, yeah. So if you're interested in subscribing to Instant Weather Pro, again, head over to instantweatherpro.com. And then Teresa will send you details of how you can do that. And then you'll be able to track storms like this in real time, like us. And we want to do more tutorials for it. And there's a lot of new functionality coming. We're super excited about it. But yeah, so if you'd like to support what we do and you'd like to get the fastest updating Canadian weather data, radar data anywhere. I have literally every other app that exists. The fastest public facing. If there's something private that's faster than us, I would be surprised. But from what I'm seeing, based on ours versus every other app, we get the data faster, we process it faster, we put it up on the screen faster, our alerts are faster, everything about it is faster. What's the word? Instant. That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for instant. I mean, it's not perfectly instant, but it is super, super duper fast. So, yes. So that is, let's see here. Hold on a second. Muskoka Matt says, does the app come with the same features as the browser when you upgrade? Yeah, so when our mobile app, Instant Weather Pro will be inside of our mobile app within the next month. Cross your fingers, but that's the plan. Within the next month. We already use it all the time. We have it in there now. We're just doing some tweaks with it. So within the next month, we will have Instant Weather Pro inside of our app. And so if you subscribe on the website, you'll get it inside the app. If you subscribe in the app, you'll get it on the web. You'll get the website version as well. You get both. So will it be the same features? Yeah, it'll be identical. It's identical. Kelly says faster than GR2. So GR2 doesn't even do Canadian data. So yes, because there is no Canadian data on GR2. But faster updates than, yeah, absolutely. We grab for US data. So for NextRad, if that's what you're referring to, we grab NextRad and process within, I believe it's within like milliseconds. We are able to parse the data and process it and have it available to immediately launch on that. We're switching to level 3, which is even faster. We have level 2 right now, but we're switching to level 3. And so we'll be the fastest NextRad, and we will be the fastest, and we are the fastest Canadian by far. So yeah, thanks for the question. Appreciate it. Mariposa says, you are the best with the app. I tell all incoming roommates to get it and keep getting told they love it. Oh, awesome. Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Kyle says, impressive. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle, you got to reach out to us, bud. You're awesome, and you're always helping people in the comments. So definitely reach out to us. We find some of our best team members in the comments. We found all, not some. We found all of our best team members in the community, in the comments thread of people just trying to help other people. So we appreciate that. So you seem to be a shining star in the comments. So definitely reach out to us, and we'll chat. Kraken says, how many big storms are predicted for the spring-summer season? We're not going to go ahead and give you a number on that because it'll be wrong. So more than 0 and less than 1 million. That's all I got. Oh, Kyle says he tried to reach out to me on my personal Facebook. Yeah, I have the friend requests put on like mute or whatever. So sometimes I go and check on them, but often I don't. So some people, like, if you added me as a friend and I like accept it like 6 months later, that's probably why. Okay, Kyle, send me. Yeah, Brennan will remind me and send me another if you have. I'm just like facebook.com/Adam Skinner. That's my Facebook. So if send me a new request and I'll check for it. Brennan will remind me and I'll check for it, and then we'll chat for sure. Awesome. All right, folks, I think we're going to shut it down. The storm looks like it's gusty, but I'm not seeing anything tornadic on it at this point in time. And so far, reports have been minimal, which is good. So it looks like these storms, as expected, we're going to weaken as they come in off of Lake Huron. My polygon is actually a perfect representation of that. They're getting weaker and weaker as they get to the end of that polygon. So that's good. So that's perfect. Excellent. And again, we might see some hail down here in southwestern Ontario overnight into the early morning hours. And we may see some hail kind of near Kawartha Lakes through Peterborough up towards Ottawa in the morning. So we'll see. We will see. Daryl says, song? Song. Do I know any songs? Brennan, do you know any songs? I don't remember any songs, but I'll see if I can think of a song. Oh boy. Too many headphones in my way. Okay. Songs. What songs do I have here? I think I remember how to play songs. Let's see. I don't even know if this is in tune. Hold on. Let me try. Give me a second. Let's see. Gotta tune it up here, folks. Give me a sec. And then I'll play you a tune. An original, maybe, Brendan? What do you think? Life is a Highway, says Chris. That'd be a good one.
Definitely original, so we don't get flagged by YouTube.
So we don't get the, you played another Beatles song and we're taking all your revenue? Yeah.
Just as we moved everyone to YouTube.
Let me think here. Smith says, Adam/Cody, are y'all gonna be looking for mods anytime soon? Maybe. Probably be good to have some more Twitch mods.
Yeah, we definitely need a lot more mods.
Yeah, for sure. I'll play a funny song that I wrote because I hate being woken up. I think I played it on the last stream. I don't know how the noise canceling works on this, but I'm gonna turn off my air conditioning. And then I'm gonna turn off my noise canceling settings, and hopefully that works. We'll see what it does. Ooh, all right, let me click it and we'll see. All right, so noise canceling's off. So I'll play a little tune. This is about going back to bed.
Wake me up early, sun is shining bright in my eyes. Feel like a vampire, I'm always up at night. Think I'm an insomniac, you think I'll never sleep. I'm not so sure about that, but what I know, this is me. Going back to bed, count me out. Heard what I said, and was there any doubt? Going back to bed, count me out.
Thanks again for joining us on the live stream. We appreciate it. Lots of Pyro says, what kind of music do planets listen to? Neptunes. That's a good dad joke. All right, we'll go back to the chorus. It's I'm going back to bed. You ready?
back to bed, count me out. You heard what I said, and was there any doubt? I'm going back to bed, count me out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Easy to run, easy to hide. It ain't easy getting up in the middle of my night. Easy to roll, easy to hide. It ain't easy getting up in the middle of my night. Easy to roll, easy to hide. It ain't easy getting up in the middle of my night. It's easy to run, easy to hide. It ain't easy getting up at night. Thanks so much again. Appreciate it, everyone. Thank you, Brick. Thank you, Daryl. Environmo says, after we get dark mode, can we get an album? Yeah, I'll work on that for sure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I think it looks like the storms are relatively weakening, which is good. I'm going to keep watching them closely because there's still a little bit of development, but I think that's pretty much it. So thanks again, everyone. We appreciate it. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Alana, for doing the live stream. And say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again, everyone. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you very soon. And have yourself a safe evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.